Ever get that feeling? That chill down your spine, even when there's no reason for it.
Oh, yeah.
Like someone's in the room with you.
You know, like a presence.
Yeah, but you can't see them.
It's a strange feeling.
It is.
Like the hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
That's what we're diving into today.
Ooh, I like it.
Stories that'll give you those chills.
Okay.
Real stories from real people.
You got it.
We're taking a deep dive into listener tales from the Morbid podcast.
Oh, cool.
Specifically an episode where they shared some really spooky encounters
Okay.
from their listeners.
I love those kinds of episodes.
Yeah, they're really interesting.
Yeah, you get like real people's experiences. It's not like a made-up story or something like that.
Exactly. And we've got 3 stories lined up for you today.
Okay.
Each one is more intriguing than the last.
Lay on me.
All right. So first up, we've got Allie.
Ow.
She's a frequent listener to Morbid, and she shared a story that's going to make you think twice
Oh, boy.
about those seemingly normal families you see around town.
Okay.
Allie used to babysit for a couple,
All right.
John and Tracy Carter,
John and Tracy Carter.
and their son, Ben.
Okay, so a family of 3.
Uh-huh.
Got it. And Allie noticed something interesting about the parents.
Oh, okay. What's that?
There was a real contrast between them.
Hmm.
John, the dad, was super outgoing. Like
Right.
the life of the party, always friendly.
Or Mr. Personality.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But Tracy, on the other hand,
Yeah.
she was more reserved.
Oh, so like the opposite?
Yeah, much quieter.
Okay, interesting.
Almost like there were 2 completely different energies
Right.
at play within the family.
Yeah, you see that sometimes.
Yeah.
Opposites attract and all that.
Exactly. And this is where things start to take a bit of a dark turn.
Oh, okay.
One night, John came home early,
While Allie was babysitting.
Yep.
Okay.
and he was acting strangely,
Strangely how?
really quiet, out of
Uh-huh.
sorts.
That's odd.
Yeah, it was a noticeable change from his usual demeanor.
Right, like something was off. Okay. And then get this.
Yeah.
He asked Allie to babysit again the following night,
Oh, wow.
which was a school night.
That's unusual.
Very unusual.
Especially if he's usually so outgoing and like
Yeah.
the life of the party. Why would he need a babysitter on a school night?
Exactly. But Allie had prior commitments, so she declined.
Okay.
And that decision
Yeah.
might have actually saved her life.
Oh, no.
Because the very next night,
Uh-huh.
John murdered Tracy
Oh, my.
while Ben was in the house.
He killed his wife
Yeah.
while the son was there.
While their son was there,
Oh, my God.
wearing headphones.
Jeez.
The police later found out that Ben actually heard the gunshots.
But he had headphones on.
Yeah. But John convinced him
Oh, God.
that it was just something falling upstairs.
Oh, that poor kid.
I know, it's just...
Heartbreaking. That detail about the headphones.
I know.
It's just chilling.
It really is.
Like, just thinking about Ben sitting there oblivious to the
Yeah.
horror that's unfolding around him.
Yeah, it's really heavy.
And the manipulation, too.
Yeah.
Using Ben's innocence to cover up such a horrific act.
It's just off.
It adds a whole other layer of darkness to this story.
It really does.
Wow.
So, Allie obviously wasn't there for the murder,
Right. Yeah.
but she was left with a really heavy what if afterward.
Oh, I bet.
You know, like what if she had been there?
Yeah.
Would anything have been different?
Right. Would her presence have changed anything?
Yeah. Or would she have become another victim?
Oh, God, that's a terrifying thought.
It is. And that feeling of what if,
Yeah.
it's so natural in these situations.
It is. It's like your mind trying to make sense of something that just doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
You know, grasping at straws, trying to find some semblance of control
Yeah.
in the face of something so chaotic and senseless and so out of our control.
And as if the weight of that what if wasn't enough,
Yeah.
Allie had another strange encounter
Oh.
that was connected to this whole tragedy. About a month later,
Uh-huh.
she was walking her dog,
Okay.
and this woman approached her.
A woman.
Yeah, she was standing in the road just staring at the Carter's house.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, it was really unsettling.
Okay.
And the woman claimed that she was gathering flowers from Tracy's yard
Oh.
to make a memorial wreath.
Okay.
But it was February.
Oh, so there wouldn't be any flowers blooming?
Exactly, and there were no flowers to be found.
That's weird.
And then this woman,
Yeah.
she just stares at Allie
Oh, no.
for like an uncomfortably long time.
That's so creepy.
And then she asks Allie
What did she ask?
if she wants to pray with her
Oh, wow.
right there in the road.
That's strange.
It was really strange.
Okay.
Allie politely declined.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to pray with a stranger on the road either.
Right.
especially after everything that had happened.
Especially after all of that.
Yeah.
And then the woman says in a very flat,
Mm-hmm.
chilling voice, you wouldn't want to do.
You wouldn't want to. What does that even mean? It's so cryptic.
And then she just walks away.
Oh, my God.
Allie was left with this profound sense of unease.
I bet.
Like something was just off.
Yeah, like a really bad vibe from that woman.
Uh-huh. Like her intuition was screaming, but she couldn't explain why.
You know, sometimes you get that feeling.
Yeah.
And you can't ignore it.
Like a gut feeling.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you have it. Allie's story.
Wow.
A chilling brush with a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah.
And then this bizarre encounter.
Yeah, the woman in the road.
That just amplifies the unsettling nature of the whole situation.
Right, like it adds this extra layer of creepiness.
Yeah, it really makes you think about the hidden depths that might be lurking beneath seemingly ordinary lives.
Yeah, you never really know what's going on behind closed doors.
Or on the open road, apparently.
Right, exactly. That's for sure. You just never know what's lurking beneath the surface.
Right, but you know, Allie's story, it really highlights how quickly things can take a dark turn.
Yeah.
But our next tale takes us into a more classic haunted house setting.
Ooh, a haunted house.
Yeah, but this one comes with a dose of humor.
Okay, I like that.
This is Ralph's story,
Merle.
and he's a psychologist
Okay.
who works in a prison.
Whoa, so he's dealt with some intense situations.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But even he was taken aback by what happened in this old house he was living in.
Okay.
He shared it with his boyfriend Bob and 2 roommates.
So a full house.
Uh-huh.
Got it.
And right from the start, Ralph describes this, like, playful creepiness about the house.
Playful creepiness.
Yeah, like they found this creepy doll in the attic
Oh, no.
in a wooden box.
Like a little coffin?
Kinda.
Yeah.
He called it the attic hell box.
The attic hell box. That's pretty
I
funny.
know, right?
Okay.
But then they found these deep claw marks.
Claw marks, like from an animal.
He doesn't specify, but they were in this small walled-off room in the attic.
I wonder what made those come.
Yeah, it's creepy, right?
Yeah.
He speculates that maybe it was used to confine someone,
Oh, my God.
like back in the early 1900s.
That's so disturbing.
I know, it's like this layer of historical weight.
Yeah, like the house has seen some things.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And it didn't stop there.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. Ralph always felt like he was being watched in the attic.
Oh, that's a creepy feeling.
Yeah. And then one of the roommates had a psychic friend come over,
Ooh, a psychic.
and she immediately sensed the presence of a man
Okay.
in the house.
Okay.
A ghost man wearing overall.
Overalls. Really?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a funny detail.
It is like you'd think a ghost would have more fashionable attire.
Maybe that's just his spectral fashion sense.
Maybe he was a farmer in his past life.
Could be. But the psychic's vision wasn't the only strange auditory experience in this house.
What else happened?
So, one day, Bob was playing the piano,
Okay.
and he heard this growl.
A growl. Like an animal growl.
Yeah, right next to his ear.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
I know.
Especially when you're alone in the house.
You check the windows, everything is closed.
So there was no explanation?
No logical explanation.
That's so creepy.
And it wasn't just growls.
What else?
So Ralph's sister was sleeping over one night,
Okay.
and she heard the piano playing.
In the middle of the night?
Yeah, but everyone was asleep upstairs.
Oh, that's classic haunted house stuff.
I know, right? Like a phantom piano player?
I wonder if it was trying to communicate or something.
Maybe. Or maybe he was just messing with them.
Who knows with ghosts?
Right. But perhaps the most unsettling occurrences in this house involved sightings of a floating torso.
A floating torso? What do you mean?
Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like.
Like just the upper half of a body.
Yeah, no legs, just floating.
That's terrifying and strange.
It really is. And it wasn't just a one-time thing.
Really?
Bob, one of the roommates,
Uh-huh.
and even Frank, another roommate,
Okay.
they all saw this floating torso.
On separate occasions?
Yeah.
So like multiple witnesses?
Exactly. And they all described the exact same thing.
That's creepy.
The upper half of a man, no legs, just floating across the archway.
Oh my God.
And Ralph, being the skeptic he is, was actually a little frustrated.
Frustrated.
Yeah, that he never saw the floating torso himself.
I guess he wanted proof.
I guess so. Like, even though it's scary, there's this part of us
Yeah.
that wants to see the ghost.
Like we want confirmation.
Yeah.
That what we're experiencing is real.
Exactly. But the floating torso wasn't the only strange visual encounter in the house.
There's more.
One night, Bob woke up
Okay.
and he saw Ralph standing in the window.
Ralph.
Yeah, rocking back and forth.
Oh my
He
God.
thought she was dead.
And that he was seeing her ghost.
Yep.
That's terrifying.
Even slapped her on the back.
To make sure she was alive.
Yeah, and Ralph, being very much alive, just groaned and rolled over.
Oh, my God.
And when Bob looked back, the ghostly Ralph was gone.
Whoa, so it disappeared.
Yeah, it's like a classic ghost
It
story.
really is.
But Ralph, being a psychologist, suggested it might have been a hypnopompic hallucination.
What?
A hypnopompic hallucination.
That's a mouthful.
I know it basically means
Yeah.
that it was a hallucination that happened while Bob was waking up.
Like a dream state kind of thing.
Exactly.
So maybe not a ghost, but still scary.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a freaky experience.
Yeah.
But just when you think things couldn't get weirder, we have the case of the shattering mirrors.
Mirrors. Okay, those always have a spooky vibe.
They do, right?
Like a portal to another dimension or something.
Exactly. So one night they were having friends over.
Okay.
And they heard this huge crash upstairs.
Oh, no.
They rushed up thinking maybe one of the kids had fallen or something.
Yeah.
But everyone was fine.
So what was the crash?
It was a mirror.
A mirror broke.
It had completely shattered.
Oh, wow.
And it was hanging on the wall by a wire on a screw.
Okay.
But the screw was untouched.
And
The wire was unbroken.
so how did it shatter?
It was like the mirror had been lifted off the screw.
And thrown to the floor?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I know, right?
Like something didn't want that mirror there.
So to test this theory, they put another mirror in the same spot.
Okay.
But this time they just leaned it against the wall.
So it wasn't hanging?
Nope.
What happened?
A few days later, that mirror shattered too.
Oh, my God.
But it didn't just slide down.
What did it do?
It fell forward.
Like it was pushed.
Yeah.
That's so creepy.
Two mirrors broken in such distinct ways.
Yeah, you can't ignore that.
Like something was definitely messing with them.
It seems like it.
And there was one more auditory experience
Okay.
that really creeped everyone out.
What was that?
One of the roommates, Karen, was home alone. And she was in the upstairs bathroom.
Okay.
And she heard footsteps
Footsteps. Oh, no.
slowly ascending the stairs.
That's terrifying.
I know. And these weren't just like creaky old house sounds.
What were they like?
These were distinct heavy footsteps
Oh, God.
that stopped right outside the bathroom door.
Oh, my God. I would have been terrified.
Like right outside the door.
Oh, gosh.
Karen was terrified.
I can imagine.
But she finally worked up the courage.
Just open the door and...
No one there.
Oh, wow.
Like whatever it was, wanted her to know it was there.
Yeah.
But it didn't want to be seen.
Spooky.
Now you'd think with all these spooky encounters, they'd be out of there.
Right, packing their bags.
But they actually ended up moving for totally unrelated reasons.
Really?
Yeah.
So they weren't, like, running away from the ghosts?
Nope.
Huh. Interesting.
But hold on, because the story doesn't end there.
Oh, no.
Even in their new place, Ralph and Bob experienced strange happenings.
No way.
Yeah, whispers into their Alexa device,
What?
loud bangs on the wall,
Oh, my God.
and their vacuum cleaner being forcibly stopped
While it was running.
while Ralph was using it.
That's creepy.
Like whatever was in the old house followed them.
Maybe it was attached to them, not the house.
Ooh, that's a thought.
Makes you wonder
It does.
about the nature of hauntings.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, ready for our final story?
Hit me with it.
This one comes from Kane,
Kane?
and she describes herself as a creepy freak
Ooh.
because she's been able to see and communicate with spirits
Really?
since she was a child.
Wow, so she's grown up with this.
Yeah, it's like a sixth sense for her.
That's wild.
Kane's story takes us into the realm of relationships.
Okay, how so?
She moved across states to live with her boyfriend,
Uh-huh.
who she just calls X.
Okay, X.
And right away, she senses this dark presence in his apartment.
Not a good sign.
Nope, lights flicker, the TV blasts on in the middle of the night,
Oh, no.
and this huge mirror across from their bed just gave her the chills.
Creepy.
To cope with these unsettling feelings, Kane starts drinking heavily,
Oh, not good.
and then things escalate.
Yeah, so...
She starts seeing this gray, thin woman watching them.
A ghost woman.
And she mostly focused on X.
Oh, that's scary.
Kane even described her as looking like the Grudge girl in black and white.
Oh, my God.
So pretty terrifying.
Definitely.
When Kane confronts X about the gray woman,
Yeah.
he drops a bomb.
What's that?
He's had a spiritual attachment since childhood.
Spiritual attachment.
A succubus entity.
A succubus.
Yeah, and his family practices Santeria,
Santeria.
and they've tried to protect him from it.
Wow, but it's still there.
Still there.
A succubus, that's not good.
Nope.
They're known for being pretty malevolent.
And things get worse.
Oh no, what happened?
Kane starts hearing these blood-curdling screams.
But X doesn't hear them.
Oh, he's right there, but doesn't react at all.
Oh, that's so creepy.
And she even sees a shadow figure cross behind her in the mirror.
But the bed was against the wall, right?
Mhm.
So there couldn't have been anyone behind her.
Exactly.
That's terrifying.
Then X starts becoming really controlling,
Oh no.
like dictating what she eats, what she wears, how she styles her hair.
Oh, that's not good. That's classic abusive behavior.
And then it gets even worse.
How?
Kane finds out X is still married.
Oh my God, are you serious?
This sends Kane into a spiral,
I can imagine.
and she decides to fully open herself up to her spiritual senses.
Oh wow, that's a risky move.
It is.
Like opening Pandora's box.
And something interesting happens.
Okay.
The succubus stays away.
But
Other spirits come forward.
other spirits.
Yeah, like X's disapproving grandmother.
His grandmother,
And a deceased soldier
a soldier.
who served with X and is protective of Kane.
Wow.
And even a man who drowned in a nearby lake.
So like a whole entourage of spirits.
Then Kane learns the soldier's name is John.
John.
When X gets back, Kane tells him about John.
Yeah.
X breaks down.
Oh wow.
Turns out John died in his place,
Died in his place.
earning a Humvee explosion.
Oh my God.
And X has blamed himself ever since.
That's heavy.
It is.
So sad.
Kane eventually leaves X
Good for her.
and builds a happy life with a new partner.
That's great to hear.
But the paranormal thread continues.
Oh no.
Her young son
Yes.
seems to have inherited her spiritual sensitivity.
Oh wow.
He talks about a man in their house,
Really?
and he's even seen Kane's deceased grandmother.
Wow. So it's like a generational thing?
Maybe.
That's fascinating.
So we've explored true crime and the unexplained,
Uh-huh.
delved into a haunted house,
Yeah, with a floating torso, no less.
and even journeyed into the world of spiritual attachments.
And how they can impact relationships.
Exactly.
Wow, what a ride.
Right. What stood out to you from these stories?
Oh man, there's so much to unpack there.
I know, right?
I think what really gets me is how these stories show that the paranormal,
Yeah.
it's not just about ghosts and hauntings. It's
Right.
about how we perceive the world.
And how we make sense of the things we can't explain.
Exactly.
Have you ever had an experience that left you questioning the nature of reality?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Share your thoughts and stories with us on social media.
We'd love to hear from you.
And be sure to subscribe to The Deep Dive for more explorations into the mysteries of the world around us.
Keep those chills coming.
Until next time, keep your minds open.
And your senses sharp.
And remember, the world is full of wonder.
Even if it sometimes comes with a side of chills.